Welcome to another episode, another podcast, this time chatting with none other than Rocco Rava. We explore Chad's captivating landscapes and rich cultural heritage. My name's Will Bolsover, and today we're venturing into the majestic mountains, one of Chad's significant ranges. Our guest, Rocco, is a seasoned explorer with over 3 decades of experience in Chad. He's dedicated his life to unlocking the secrets of this land and promoting sustainable tourism. We'll delve into the unique features of the Ennedi Mountains, shaped by monsoons and characterised by sandstone rocks. Our journey will take us through the vast Ashim Reserve, spanning 53,000 square kilometres, with the mountains covering 33,000 square kilometres. Rocco, a trailblazer in conservation, will share insights into establishing sustainable practices in this mesmerising environment. Rocco was born into a desert-connected family and started exploring at an exceedingly young age. In 1992, his family established a logistics based in Chad, promoting immersive travel experiences. We'll discuss the challenges of logistics and sustainability in this resource-scarce yet beautiful region. Here you'll see us sitting in the middle of the Ennedi in the desert, cross-legged, with a few nomads in the background as we have a chat. Enjoy.
We are here in Ennedi, one of the 6 most important range mountain in the Sahara. But very different if we compare with all the others. And different for 2 main reasons, both linked with the presence of water. And the first one is the geographical location, because it's the first obstacle encountered by the monsoon during the rain season. There were winds coming from southwest, and for this reason, Ennedi generally receive more water in terms of rain than all the other mountains in the Sahara Desert. And the second one is the geological morphology of this rock. Everywhere you can see is sandstone, and a sandstone is a permeable rock, and it plays a role as a filter and at the end as a tank of water.
Okay. And what's Ennedi in relation to Africa? What's the size of it? You know, we're in Chad now. What's the makeup of the area in terms of, you were saying it's not a national park, but is it the largest reserve in Chad?
Yeah, no, the largest one is Oroa, Wadi Rimeh and Wadi Hashim Reserve. Ennedi Natural and Cultural Reserve is around 53,000 square kilometers, and Ennedi Mountain is around 33,000 square kilometers. The reserve is bigger than the mountain because include also on the west a region where all the wadi flowing water from the plateau to the flat plain is a good region for the wildlife. And in a long-term vision for reintroduction can be a junction between Oroa and Ennedi Cultural and Natural Reserve to build a meta population, because today in Oroa, Sahara Conservation Fund, they introduced oryx, scimitar hornet, and addax. And now our APN...
I'm going back behind us.
APN started first slot of addax 10 weeks ago in Turkey. And that was the reason during my working with the EP to build a concept of the reserve.
With African parks.
To develop also a west side and the delta region of all the wadis.
So just going back a bit, maybe explain a bit about your background, how you're here, your family. You know, in terms of, you're Italian and you're in the middle of Chad.
It's a bit strange.
But you're one of the sort of the fonts of knowledge of this area. You know, you've sort of been born and bred here. But how did that come about? Maybe talk us through a bit about that.
Well, it's a family story, and it's a family-run business. My father and my mother, they start a first company in 1977. Starting with nomad trip in Algeria.
Right, yeah.
And then they fell in love with desert and they tried to develop more and more. And they created our first logistical base in Agadez in 82. And from 91, the first good occasion to explore Chad, my father came from Niger. And in 92, we built another logistical base in Chad.
And his background was? It was tourism or expeditions?
No. My dad was a doctor in medicine. Yeah. My mom a biologist. And my father was also alpine guide with a good skills for outdoor and very passionate on the nature.
Yeah.
And at the end, I think he don't like very much medicine.
Yeah.
And after we lived in Kenya for 2 years, right, because he has a contract as a doctor. At the end of the contract, we were back in Italy with a long trip of 6 months, crossing the Sahara Desert, and they decided to change way of life.
So they went back from Kenya back to Italy.
Yeah.
So overland expedition.
Yeah, with one Land Rover, my dad, my mom, and me.
Yeah.
And then they choose to change.
So how old were you at this stage? How old were you?
3 years old.
3 years old. So your first expedition when you were 3?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So what was the first time you came to Chad and Ennedi?
In 92.
92.
It was 31 years ago.
31 years ago.
And then
so around the age of 15, how old are you? So about
72.
20.
So
you were 20 when you first came.
Yeah. That's my background, and for me is natural. I grew up in this way of life, following my parents, and then we ran with my brother and my sister and other guide our business with two bases one in Chad, one in Niger, and our tour operator in Italy.
So what is the business? What do you do out here? What's behind these rocks? Because there's a pretty cool place behind this rock here, the camp.
Yeah.
Maybe explain about Warda and your expedition company.
Yes, as a big dream, and one of the last goal we were able to reach. But our background was before many expedition for tourism for sure, for documentary shooting, scientific mission, and we wait a good time to build the camp, and now we try to develop this concept. It's a bit unusual for Sahara Desert. Generally,
there are not many people that volunteer to do the desert,
and is opposite philosophy than wildlife trip in East Africa or in Austral Africa, where usually you have to reach the spot and then wait. Generally in the Sahara you have to move, and there is the approach and philosophy to travel in the desert. But in Ennedi, we are in the Sahara Desert, but with a very unique characteristic, and is a very right place to have a semi-permanent camp.
Yeah. And so what is it? Is it a concept of, after, COVID and things like that, I think everyone's mentality has changed slightly towards travel. We try and sort of incorporate more real travel or slow travel. Is that what you're wanting to do here? Even though, so we've been here for 5-6 nights now. We've just come back from 2 nights fly camping, which was amazing. I think we did about 420 kilometers over the last 2.5 days. What is that what you're trying to implement, more of this sort of slow travel, getting involved in the environment and the surroundings, rather than other destinations where you're like game drive morning, game drive evening, then move to the next place? We're based here and that's it. We're in Ennedi and that's...
I believe now is the only way to approach and develop tourism, but you have to know is the normal way in the Sahara Desert, because you have to be pragmatic, always check to do an individual and sustainable approach in terms of water, in terms of fuel. You have is a natural approach to travel in the Sahara, and we learn this traveling with the local people, with the Tuareg nomad in Niger, with the Tubu people in Chad, because you can see quickly if you have to live in this habitat, you have to lower toute consommation. Tu dois avoir une approche toujours dans les minimums indispensables.
Yeah. So always having the lowest needs, the lowest requirements.
We can provide a shower, for example. Is in my opinion big luxury.
This is the first time I've seen you showered in a week.
Exactly.
You're looking clean. You washed your hair.
But you have to be clear. Water here is life, and we have to maintain a right balance when you are in the same habitat and the people living here, they use 3-4 liters per day.
Yeah,
this is an important approach for me in terms of contact with the guest, in terms of introducing the guest in this habitat. We have always to understand where we are.
And then, so how do you manage that? You know, we're N'Djamena is the capital of Chad. It's pretty basic in N'Djamena. You know, it doesn't have loads of provisions. And then we're a 3-hour flight from N'Djamena to here.
And 3 days driving.
And three days driving. So how do you manage that? How do you manage the provisions, the logistics, the supplies?
Well,
where does it all come from? I mean, you're here for what? Your season is 4 or 5 months?
5 months.
5 months here.
Yeah, 5 months. We have a base of food we buy in N'Djamena, and then we refill our supplies when we have a possibility by plane with the guest.
Yeah.
And in terms of fuel, we have to store for 2-3 trips, and then we have to refill by truck or pickup, buying drums where it's possible.
And how is that? That's just at the petrol station down the road.
Yeah. Well, it's a bit complicated, and logistically is difficult. Also in terms, Chad is a huge country, big distances, and very small infrastructure.
Yeah.
And yes, it's a challenge. It's a challenge.
So generally, you can fly in basic provisions, but any provisions like fuel, etc., you have to drive it in, and that's.
It depends on the current situation.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's easy find fuel in Fada, and Oasis 60 kilometers from here. Sometimes
just 60 kilometers. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it's not possible, and we have to refill in Kalait, 200 kilometers south from here. This in terms of supplies, fuel. The choice of the location is strategic in terms of distance from the water.
Yeah.
And in terms of I think there are 3 main reasons for this location: distance from the water, strategical location in terms of distance from the main focus of south side of Ennedi, and also a natural shape of this amphitheater in terms of shade is another important.
It's a stunning location, isn't it? The camp. Yeah.
And for sure, it's a beautiful location, but there are many other. But without the same criteria important in terms of
For
water
logistics.
and logistics.
So then, it's quite funny with camels just walking around. So talk me through Chad. It's not a destination for everyone. What is, a lot of people look at Chad and go, okay, security is a problem. Explain your perception of that. What is, because it's very easy to read stuff and go, okay, I'm not going.
Yeah.
But you've worked here for a very long time. Your family's worked here for a long time.
That was from the beginning, but in reality, Chad has a very bad media reputation because for sure it was for many years in trouble, bad history in terms of war, civil war, rebellion. But we have to be clear because today it's for sure the safest country in all this macro region of Sahel and Sahara for different reasons. To travel in Chad, you need a permit travel, and you have to apply in 3 ministries. And this is an important procedure in terms of security because the army know always where you are.
So the sun's coming in. Yeah, carry on.
And the second important thing is the power of army and their engagement to patrol and to maintain a proper vigilance all around the Chadian territory. And then it's another important pillar of our travel is the network we have with our local guide is another important value for the security. At the end, I can say as a last example in terms of security, I practically every year I come with my kids, and if I come with my kids, I'm pretty sure it's a safe country.
You're not going to put them at risk.
Yes, we have to change also this vision and this reputation in a Western world about Chad,
because it's in a difficult region,
surrounded by some countries currently in a big and different trouble, as Sudan, as Libya, as CAR, and Niger. But is the only one country without any kind of accident for tourism in 30 years. And many other countries of Africa that's happened. And I trust completely the Chadian government and all the procedure we have to follow to travel here.
Yeah. And then what about, I've done a lot of different areas in Africa, and I mean this in a respectful way to the Tubu here, but they're hard people, aren't they? It's a difficult, which is something that I've been really interested in experiencing here. It's they're perfectly nice and hospitable, but it's quite a different relationship and interaction than you have in a lot of
they
areas in
are
Africa.
Tough people.
Yeah.
Tough people living in a tough habitat.
Yeah.
And it's difficult to have a quick, good relation.
Yeah.
You need time to know them and to receive from them a proper trust.
Yeah.
But with the time, then they are a great companion to travel in the Sahara. They are incredible guide and incredible man in the Sahara Desert in terms of endurance, in terms of performance, in terms of navigation. And yes, they are one of the, yes, for sure, the toughest population living in the Sahara.
Yeah.
They are difficult. Also, sometimes it's difficult to work with them. But if you need their help, they are present.
Yeah. Yeah, you're pretty confident in their loyalty to you, and in when you have a relationship with them. You said they're there. They'll have your back.
Yeah. When you have a relationship and good link, you can discuss in a day. You can have a problem, but if you need to be together and to approach some problem,
they'll be there.
Yeah.
So, but it was like today, wasn't it? We stopped just before we came back to camp, and you stopped and you spoke to the kids that were there, and they wanted some water, and then you spent 5 minutes filling up their water, and then they just run off. And I was like, I said, that seems strange. They didn't really say thank you or anything like that. And you said,
Salam alaikum. It's normal.
Yeah.
They are they have a behavior. Mafi. Mafi. They have a behavior code, very strong.
Yeah.
Never show emotion, never show your tiredness.
Yeah.
And is the one of the few language in the world without the word thank.
Without the word thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is amazing. It's a strange concept for Western.
Yeah, sure. For us, it's a bit it's strange to understand. And another example, if you have a biscuit and you start to eat a biscuit, you have to give without, don't ask.
Yeah.
If you ask why, you ask me. You eat, and me, you ask if I want.
Yeah.
Give me.
That's it. That's it.
That's
it. So it's quite simple. It's a simple sort of loyalty.
They are, yes, very pragmatic. And if you compare with all the two main ethnicity, Tuareg and Hassania or Regibat, with a similar way of life, but yes, they are most primitive than the other, and you can see also in a culture tradition, oral tradition, handcraft. They are very, very pragmatic and straight to the goal.
And that was, you were saying as well that when there was the war, Libya-Chad war, which was 30 years ago or something now, it was 81 to 87?
Yeah.
That it was that mentality, that mentality strength, that was why they won that war, apart from some problems on the Libyan side, but it was that sort of...
Well, they are originally warrior, and this characteristic and behavior is always the same along the history. The first knowledge about Tubu is on the stories of Herodotus, 5th century before Christ. And he described there's a black troglodyte as a completely strong in running in the desert, endurance, incredible warrior, very tough. And the same for the first explorer, because they are like this. They are warrior, proud, and if they have to push, they can push to the end.
To the end. So how long you showed us some great sites for rock paintings and engravings. What's the history of this area? Has that always been Tubu? Is that
not difficult to know for sure? There were a lot different human movement, and generally, as everywhere in the Sahara, probably Ennedi was a habitat for different people than today, and people, the Tubus come. The proper Tubu are from Tibesti.
From Tibesti,
now you can
which
find,
is further north.
Yeah. Yeah, and is the original Tubu come from this huge range mountain, and also for them, it's difficult to explain. Tubu for us is a group of all the North Chadian nomad.
Yeah.
And it's the same people, but for them, the Tubu living here are Goran, and the proper Tubu are only in Tibesti. And during the history, for sure, they moved south and north because the current Tubu community live between South Libya, North Chad, and East Niger. And in Ennedi, around north side is Tubu Goran, and south side other people, as Bideyat, Zagawa, other Sahelian people. Probably the Zagawa people before, if we follow the toponomastic on the map, there are many name of geographical site in the north of Ennedi with the same roots of Beria language.
Really?
And probably before Ennedi was completely inhabited by Zagawa people.
Okay. And so but those engravings, etc., was 6,000 years?
From 6,000 before present to the Camel period, historical time, 7th century after Christ.
So then, and you mentioned Tibesti.
Yeah.
And you may not want to talk about this, but you spent some involuntary time in Tibesti.
Yeah. Some holidays.
Could you talk us through that? And it was a long time ago, so it's different, but it's just quite interesting because I think that also explains your strength of relationship to this region, your understanding of the people, your contacts here, your links, and your strength to operate in this region, which I think is quite important. Maybe you can just chat through that for, tell a little story.
Well, yes, I had an experience of kidnapping in the south part of Ennedi Mountain at the end of a camel expedition to reach the top of Emikusi, the highest mountain in the Sahara. And yes, I was kidnapped for 2 weeks with the 6 rebels. It was a different time.
This was how long ago?
98 is
so 25 years
25 years ago. I was much younger. But I remember this experience also in a human term as an interesting relation, interesting understanding of the way of life of Tubu. And I never been scared about my life. And
how did you end in that position? Because you were with friends or a group, but you said, okay, no, I'll stay.
Yeah, I was with a group of French tracker, and the chief of the 6 rebel would like take 2 French hostages, and I tried to negotiate with him because explaining I'm the chief of my side, you're the chief of your side, please leave my guest. I'm the chief of the expedition. They are tourists in holidays, and he accept this compromise. And for me, it was very important because I prefer go in action with them, saying can be a tough experience, but manageable. Because I was usual to walk with
in the
desert with camel. And if the hostages are my tourists, for sure it's more difficult for me to manage the situation. And fortunately, in the same trip there is a second guide, and the second guide he took care for the other tourists, and then
and you just went walking for 2 weeks.
We walked for 36 hours to find a good place to hide and to wait with a spring of water not too far. And then, yes, we wait, we talk, we wait, we talk, we wait. And after 2 weeks, very early in the morning, we were around the fire waiting for the tea. And the battle started because there was a military intervention.
Oh,
Chadian army.
Yeah.
Strong but very well managed with a good technique. And after 2 hours of a fight, I was free and with the one patrol of the Chadian army. Then I continued to fire, and from fire I took a plane to reach N'Djamena.
Amazing. But you see that as a strength in terms of understanding this region and the people, yeah?
Yeah, because, well, I had a good relation with the rebel and with the army too.
Yeah.
But this story starts to be famous in the region, in Tibestia, in Ennedi. And that gave me some good relation with people and the possibility to be knew by many people, develop a very good relation and network with the high level in the army, with the Chadian government. At the end, was for me not bad experience, perhaps for my parents, but in terms of my position in Chad, it was a good upgrade.
Yeah. So just to finish, what are your hopes for Ennedi and Chad? What do you want to see in the next sort of 5-10 years, whether it's for your business or for Chad? What do you think is possible?
Well, firstly, a general stability in the world and closer.
In the world,
because we are in a very scaring moment in my feeling, and local stability with not too much problem around, to be able to have a quiet long moment and develop a sustainable tourism as we did and as we do now, but trying to develop more and have a possibility to show this incredible place to more people than today. Because we're still in a very wild place, and I think this is unusual. It's difficult to find today a very wild place without many infrastructure and logistic. And I think it's a paradox. We would like to develop more, but at the same time have a good management and good balance to maintain this incredible habitat and a feeling that we can have here.
And it's got to be the right people as well, hasn't it, coming here? It has to be the right profile of clients, because it's not for everyone. But the privilege to be here, and as you've shown me and the others over the last week, is really in the surroundings and the experience and that slow element of travel, isn't it? We've done a couple of nights here, or 3 nights here, and then 2 nights fly camping, and we've seen a lot in 2 or 3 days, and I think that's what was impressionable for me was seeing those different areas and the remoteness, and there's no one here. It's a real privilege, isn't it, to have access to all of that.
And you can imagine it's a small section of Ennedi, and we can explore and propose many different approach, many different itineraries. But as you say, we need right people and with a good approach and with a good understanding about where we are. Because it's easy also lose a good vision. When you fly from N'Djamena in 3 hours, you are here, 1,400 kilometers. I think it's very important to appreciate in a right way this place have an understanding how we are in a remote place, how we are to approach this region.
Yeah. Perfect. Well, I think it's that time for a beer, isn't it?
Yeah.
But thank you very much, Rocco.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
buddy. And thanks.